Hello there and welcome to Abigail's Botty. This is Abigail, this is I, and I welcome you to my humble abode. I am currently chilling on my bed because it's comfy, and also I feel like you put yourself in scenarios or situations or environments that you're not comfortable in. Well, it's just going to be awkward and stiff, and we don't want no stiffies today, do we? We do not. We do not want any stiffies. But yes, this is my first ever episode of my podcast / show, which is bloody exciting. I'm happy to be here, guys. So thanks for joining if you are joining. And yeah, I guess we begin here. Please like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. So yeah, if you like it, just keep subscribing. I'm hopefully going to put this on a Spotify platform as well, because I appreciate YouTube is not for everyone. It wasn't actually a thing that I even used until a few months ago, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, if you like it, or if you don't like it, just subscribe anyway, because, every little helps, guys, and it means a lot. It means the world. But yeah, welcome. Here I am. My name's Abby, or Abigail. Whatever you would prefer, to be completely honest. I used to hate the name Abigail, but I've come to appreciate it a lot more, because I feel like no one's called Abigail anymore. So I'm like, all right, let's whack it back out there and let's start using it. And if you are watching, can you see this line across my forehead? So I've just bought a silk hair wrap, because apparently it's meant to help hair breakage. But yeah, it's leaving a mark on my head, which is not ideal. I actually had it on halfway down my head for the first time I wore it, and it took a good day for this mark to go, so that was fun. But yeah, Abigail's Botty, which stands for better out than in. I guess I should explain where I've got this name from to start off with, because it's not the most obvious, I guess, but I was thinking, what do I name my show? Like, what do I name it? Like, I don't want to limit myself if I start calling it something on one topic, then I'm stuck forever. Like, I don't know, if I call it something to do with dildos, I'm just talking about dildos for the foreseeable future, and I don't think that's what I really want to talk about. So I had to try and think of something a little bit broad, but also relevant to what I'm going to be talking about. And I think I want to talk about everything. I want to get to the nitty-gritties of everything, because I like to talk. I like to help people. And yeah. So basically, I was just trying to think of a title. And I was going for a little walk-a-rooney with my dad, and I was thinking about what it is that I want to say on my podcast and do on my podcast, and that is ultimately to just speak about people's situations or things that's happened to people, and basically give their voice a place to vent, and me to give my perspective and my opinions. Whether or not it's any good, I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, I guess on that note, I am not any expert by any means. I just do like to talk a little bit too much sometimes, and my friends have said in the past that I'm helpful. So I hope they're not lying. That's all I can say, because if you are, how dare you? Just started this podcast for what? For what? But yeah, so I just want to talk about situations, other people's situations, or topics that are going around, and just give my opinions and perspectives, and hopefully help people along the way. So I'm thinking, what do I name my podcast? And a few flew around my head, and I was just thinking, but ultimately, why do I want to do this? And I thought, well, it's better to speak about things than not. So then I thought, better out than in. And then my dad was like, yeah, but that's a little bit long. And I was like, that is a little bit long. He's like, why don't you use acronyms? And I was like, better out than in. That's BOTI. Did take me a minute, I'll be honest. I was like, Botty? Abigail's Botty? That sounds very inappropriate. I love it. And it just sounds silly. So I just thought, yeah, this works. But if you have any other suggestions, then please do let me know. Keep me inspired, guys. I'm up for it. I'm up for hearing what you have to think or say or do. Anything. Just tell me. Just talk to me. Just talk to me. Please. Yeah. So that's why I've come up with this title. And on the first episode, I think I'm just going to get stuck right into it now, is we are going to be talking about topics of relationships and blah-de-blah-de-blah. And the first question I have had in is from a lovely Ben. Now, Ben, I'm sorry if you don't want me to say your name, but I'm not going to say your surname, of course. And there's loads of Bens out there, so who knows? Another Ben might be going through the same thing as you. And Ben has asked me, drum roll please, or no, or don't do that either, because that's irrelevant and unnecessary, actually. You don't need a drum roll. Not right now. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Sit down, chill out, and just get to the bloody point, Abby. Jesus Christ. He has asked, is it cheating if you are flirting with another person at work or talking to another person if it's just talking? Now, I'm thinking to myself, that's a very broad topic. I need some more answers to this. I've got more questions to ask you, Ben. Ben. But ultimately, the first thing that comes into my head is, yes, it is cheating. Because, I guess I'm speaking from experience here. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're flirting with someone at work, I just think it's disrespectful. Because, I mean, Ben, if your beautiful partner at home that's made you a very, very nice curry, got the poppadoms, got the naan breads, got it all. She's got it all. She's even whacked in different spices for you, added her own little spark to this curry for you, and you're out there flirting with someone at work, but you've got a perfectly gorgeous person at home waiting for you with your dinner cooked. Regardless whether she's given you food or not, you've got a beautiful partner at home. And your wandering eye is going elsewhere. I just think that's disrespectful. Would you like it if she was having a flirtatious relationship at work? I don't think you would. Or maybe I'm reading too much into this. See, we are all human beings. And of course, we are going to find people attractive and we're going to give people the odd little smirk or smile or, cheeky comment. But ultimately, if it's more than that, then you're creating a relationship here. It doesn't need to be a deep relationship, but you're creating a bond of some sort with another person and there is some sort of sexual chemistry, and that does not sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me. And I think, to be completely honest with you as well, you're asking a question for a reason. So if this was all innocent and there was nothing to necessarily hide, you wouldn't be asking me the question. So something, I guess, is sitting with you that's not necessarily right as well. But I don't know, ask yourself, why are you asking this question? When you're having this flirtatious relationship at work, or maybe you're actually speaking on behalf of someone else, or your partner is doing this and you're wanting reassurance. Maybe you've had a little bit of an argument and you need to get a bit of another perspective on this, and that's why you're asking little old me. Thank you. But yeah, ultimately you're asking this question for a reason, because something's not right. And if it was all innocent and you had nothing to worry about, right, you just wouldn't need to ask the question. How about that? how about it? But yeah, I mean, we're all human. You know, I'd be lying if I said I didn't come across a guy when I've been in relationships and I was like, yeah, he's attractive, you know. And I just appreciate people that look good. Don't we all? Don't we all?
Don't we just like a nice face to look at? We do. Sometimes potentially would like to lick his cheek, but also won't do that either because that's inappropriate and unnecessary. Again, especially if you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend. So don't do that. Don't be licking cheeks now. Don't be licking cheeks. Put your tongue back in your mouth and sit down. Sit down.
But yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that. But yeah, ultimately in these situations, you've got to think, if I was gonna flip the tables and my partner was having a flirtatious relationship at work, would you like it? Probably not. And then that's the answer to your question. But then you've also got to ask yourself, why is this happening? So, you know, why are you finding yourself becoming attracted to other people? Personally, this has happened to me in the past. I have found other people attractive, and to be honest with you, relationships haven't been going too good for me at this stage. This wasn't my last relationship or relationship before this, by the way. But the relationship before this, I was in a very rocky relationship. I'd been cheated on and I was foolish and was still staying there. But I was unhappy. The relationship was not smooth. And this was when I started noticing other people more. And I guess having an interest in others. Because when you're fully in it and you just love someone so much and everything is smooth, there's nothing else to question. I don't feel like your eyes are for anyone else. But, you know, I'm not an expert, like I said. I might be completely wrong. You know, I know people in relationships where they've got quite an open relationship and actually that's okay for them both because they're mutually in the same place. And everyone's different. People are okay with things, people are not okay with things, but personally it doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me. Not for me. I don't know if you can hear that. My housemate's playing something and it sounds like there's a choir going on in the background. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. If you want to listen to choirs in your room, then go for it. I'm here for it. Whatever makes you happy, Kez. Whatever makes you happy. Now, you've also asked... I don't know what's going on here. I've been trying to record this and it keeps cutting out. So apologies if it's a little bit not very smooth. It's also asked, is it cheating if you're talking to another person? Now, yeah, again, you're building some sort of connection that you wouldn't necessarily have with anyone else. And as soon as there's a connection there, or a relationship out there that's beyond friendship, then it's too much. It's too much. I've always said, like, if someone was to cheat on me again or whatever, I prefer it just be like a one night stand. Like, as soon as there's a emotional bond that's going on, it's deeper than that. Like, it's more than physical. That makes me feel uncomfortable. That doesn't make me feel good. But equally, you know, you're allowed to have friends that are guys or, you know, female if we're talking on the other part here, or whatever. You're allowed to have both sex friends, you know what I mean? It's not healthy to limit yourself and not allow yourself that. We're human beings, you know, you get along with people equally, and you know, it's good to have the bunch, it's healthy to have that. But as soon as you're crossing the line of building more than a friendship, and you can usually sense that from very, very early on, but people are in denial. And you know, we're not perfect, but it happens. But you just got to really think about what you're doing, really. And yeah, just remember, like, the grass is not always greener, and it's not love necessarily, it's lust. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So yeah, that is the answer to the question. That's my opinion. Speaking to someone else, if it's more than friendship, and you'll know that, because again, you would not be asking this question. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. I think that, yeah, as soon as you're building more than just a physical hello here and there, or like, you know, it's just deeper. It's just deeper, and I feel like it's disrespectful, and I don't think that you would appreciate it either. And ultimately, if you have the time and the energy to put all of your love and stuff into another friendship and talk to someone else,
need to have a little look at what's going on at home,
because it's not ideal. It's not ideal.
if you can't have just one, then you can't have them both, babe. You can't have options.
Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Does not work like that. Now, you wouldn't want to be an option, so don't leave your other person being the option either.
Choose one or you're going to have none. That's all I'll say.
That's all I'll say. But hey, I'm open to hearing other perspectives of this. And oh yeah, tell me what you think. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Give me criticism if you want to, but also if you agree with me, then love ya, because I like it when people agree with me. It makes me feel like I'm not always in the wrong. Yeah, it's just nice. It's just a nice feeling. I appreciate it. But yeah. So I hope that answered your question, Ben. And also, thank you again for writing in. And I hope this helped. If it didn't, then I'm sorry. I will work on it. But yeah, ultimately just have a little think about your situation and question why maybe you're feeling these things. And if there's something that needs to be had a conversation with maybe your partner, or just cut it off. Cut it off, whatever you've got with this person, cut it off. Be honest with yourself. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So yeah, thank you for listening. That's going to be the end of my first ever episode. I had loads of fun, and I will be back again soon. So please subscribe, keep sending in your questions, your concerns, and yeah, let's get to it, people. Yeah, I'm going to put this on Spotify as well. So if you don't want to look at my ugly mutt, then please don't. Actually, do refrain, because I understand. But if you do want to look, then again, subscribe, comment, like, all of the shares, everything helps, and I really do appreciate it. So yeah, this is Abigail's Botty. I had loads of fun, and I will see you next time. Good night. It's actually not night. Why did I say that? Shit. Love.